not unless you're middle class and rich.
Yeah.
We have very poor places that some people don't even afford a meal or going to school and all that. And I know there's so many kids that go to school that don't have underwear and they don't have sanitary towels. So you guys, you're super, 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 super blessed. But the choices that you guys made, along the way, made you learn how blessed you are and not to
Exactly.
take things for granted. Because when I look at you, I see people who are starting to stay focused, achieving their dreams and dreaming big and really going for it, which is a good thing. When people will look at this video in Kenya and all over the world, they will they would want to be associated with you guys, and because I believe in you and I will see you grow.
Yeah.
I will see you grow, and the future is us.
Absolutely.
It is us. We need to
look at this
let
in my generation.
the other people. Yes.
Really, that's where I really want to take. That's why I like to be a part of everything that my older,
Yeah.
my older homeboy right here is doing. That's why I really want to get a stronghold in it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen what's happening with people my age. I've seen
Oh yeah.
people that I've grown up with go to my homeboy. Still, when I went to prison, but they're still in prison right now.
Or maybe some died.
And I've seen people, I've seen that too, and that's really why. Like, I know it's up to us, it's up to the youth.
And the best thing is that it's you telling your own story.
Right.
Like there's so many people who will relate to that story and they say, you know what, I'm not going in the right direction, so I need to divert and look for help and get the right people to direct me, because when you're born here, you have so many
opportunities.
Yeah.
We really do. You really do have a lot of opportunities. It's really just a matter of taking them.
Yeah.
That's one thing, is like I've gone to the Y and like spoke late night to the kids and talked to them about different things, whether it's about like, a lot of times like my sister, she's working at the Y, so she'd be like, come down, I want you to do like a, youth seminar with the youth, because a lot of times these young girls don't really relate to the guys that come in here that are like, oh, I gangbanged and I did this and I did that and I sold drugs and I ran the street and I did this, and they don't really see too many females who live that lifestyle as well, to be able to tell them like, you don't have to do that, or you don't have to be that girl, or you don't have to be, there's a different kind of woman that you should want to be.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I can show you better than I can tell you, because I've been there. You know what I mean? And my sister's like, I can't relate to them because I went straight to college out of high school. I worked full time. I'm a counselor now. I have a bachelor's degree. I'm only 23 years old. Like, so they don't relate to me because we come from two different lifestyles.
Yeah.
She's like, but you can come in here and talk to them. And
you guys could also give them both sides of the story.
That's exactly, and that's what we did. And I went down there and I talked to them and I told them about everything from how I grew up, to me being shot, to me running the streets, to me selling drugs, to running with the bad boy because it was cool, and and how that made you feel secure because you didn't have no dad. That's why you look to this young man to be that person, and you put all this faith in him, and then you end up in these bad situations and things like that. And so I was able to talk to them, and she said even by just talking that night when I got done with my speech, and then I went and sat down in a group of like about 5 or 6 girls, and a few of them started crying and were like, it was so nice to hear somebody that could understand where we're coming from, because what you talk about is the shoes that we're wearing right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I was like, but what I'm giving you is I'm giving you a door and an opportunity to see. Don't make your future be what you see right now, what your mom is, or your aunts, or these women that are raising you, that have you believe in this lifestyle is cool and it's cute and there's a future in it. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and the truth is not always pretty.
Yeah.
Like I told them, I got a lot of homegirls that are buried, a lot of them that are in prison.
Right there in Purdy right now.
Right in Purdy, right, sitting cell by cell next to my mama. You know what I mean? I said I got a lot of friends. I buried a lot of friends over the years, from being teenager to adult now. And I'm like, just because you get older and you change, you don't ever forget where you came from or forget that lifestyle. It's always going to be in me. That's always going to be a part of who I am. And I'm never going to turn my back on it, because I wouldn't be who I am today had I not went through all that stuff. So, but you don't have to be a product of your environment. You don't have to be a statistic. Yeah. That's one thing that's always stuck in my head my whole life.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Growing up, and I remember going to counseling at like 15, 16, because I was a bad kid. And the lady telling me like, well, statistically, both your parents parents are in prison. They're both heroin addicts.
So you might,
Yeah, you had a learning disability growing up. This and that. Da, 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 da. Well, statistically, you're heading down the same road. I mean, if that's,
And
you
that's
keep
a-
going, that's what
That's
you're
a
going to
hell
be.
of a thing to say.
And
to
it's
a
a hell
child.
of a thing, and it really is. But you know what? I almost have to tell that lady thank you now as a grown woman looking back,
Exactly.
because what it did was
She opened up.
it
your
pissed
eyes.
me off for one. That's
Yeah.
what it did do. Okay, and then for two, it enlightened me to see like, damn, okay, I really. Oof,
You don't have to
I
go
don't
that
want to be
road,
like
yeah.
that. I really.
She really set your fire.
That's
I know,
what she
yeah.
did, and even though I had still went in the wrong direction for a lot of years, what that lady told me stuck in my head forever,
On every-
forever.
And it eventually caught.
Right,
Well,
and eventually,
Yeah, it
whether
clicked.
it took some things to happen for it
Yeah.
eventually to
Once
click.
your fire turned into a blaze, it clicked.
Boom, that's it.
And-
Exactly. It took my house being kicked in by the SWAT 3-4 times, but that last time I was like, you know what? I felt them handcuffs that time. Them motherfuckers was tight.
And now
I don't really want to do that.
And you start becoming
Yeah, and then all of a
positive.
sudden that started being like, I'm turning into that statistic that lady told me I will be.
And you
Wake up,
refuse- and
charisma,
you-
wake up.
You
Yeah.
refuse to actually become that.
That's
statistic.
it.
Yeah.
And I refused, and I was like, you know what?
I'm not.
You
gonna
better
do that.
snap out of it, because you got one foot on the wrong side of the line, and you easing the other way very
Yeah.
fast.
You're
I'm
inching
so
back
grateful.
over.
I'm so grateful because so many people live a lie they don't want to tell. They don't want to say what they had to go, like the way you're opening up. So
Yeah.
many people are like, you've gone to jail and you don't want to, you don't want to share it to nobody. And I'm so grateful to have all of you and to speak up. And please don't get tired to speak. Every time you get a chance, whether there are seminars, go to church, anywhere. If you go along the streets and you see somebody who really
Yeah.
needs help,
It could be a
please
random person on the street.
talk. Yeah.
I'll
I
tell them
think
my
it's-
story
it's-
if I feel like it would help.
I know. It's very, very, very important. And I think it starts with you. I always say it starts with you. You
Mhm.
have to set yourself free, like the way you, because that counselor, who is she to tell you what you will become?
Exactly.
So we own up our mistakes and we move on. Every time we get a platform, it doesn't matter who is there to listen, but I believe somebody will listen.
And if only one person listens,
Then your
That's
work
all.
is done.
exactly.
That's all you need. You only need to turn one life.
'Cause
And
it
then-
makes- it's gonna pay it forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
It will go on to the next. It just takes planting one seed.
It's called
Mhm.
paying it forward.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's very true. So thank you very much again. Thank you very much. And if I invite you again, hopefully you will come and
We
you know
will.
we discuss more about
I
it
would love
because
to.
I believe that you know what, you're all blessed with you have different stories and people need to hear that. And I believe we will make another day in paradise. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
There's a
thank
lot
you
of
very
diverse
much.
stories
Oh yeah.
with everybody.
And
Everybody's
I
story is
will
different.
let you know about my culture and where I come from, which is totally different from this one.
I would love to hear.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jamal, thank you very much.